Hey, how you guys doing? Thank you. We are here back at the One Beer Bishop show. Today we're starting a little bit different. We're just gonna go right at it at the show and just you know, we have Mr. Mike Wiseman, the Hemp Wizard. We got Justin Summers, and of course we have Baker. You know,
What's up?
always
How we doing?
we're gonna dig into the everything. We're gonna talk about. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. First, Mr. Mike Wiseman, I appreciate it. It's an honor for. I know you're gonna have you having a crazy week. I mean, you're getting ready to have another crazy week. But I really, really appreciate everything. I appreciate, kind of being the first one out of so many that you got coming. And you know, it's gonna be an insane week, and it's gonna be an insane weekend coming up.
Well, first off, thanks for having me on. I certainly appreciate it. But yeah, it's going to be a very busy week for me. I'm going to do some fun things for myself as well. I got some plans for tomorrow and for Wednesday. But even on Labor Day, I'm going on 2 different other shows to promote this event. Tuesday, I'll be meeting up with the local newspaper so they can do a piece about it.
Right.
Wednesday, I'm taking to myself. Thursday, I'm meeting up with the local news, and then I'll be on with the Tres Amigos and then the Bearded Respect. Friday, we got the kayak trip with the guys with James from Combat the Kayaks, and then we have the meet and greet from 6 to 10. After that, at the barn. And then Saturday, it's finally going to be here.
Yep. All the planning.
Very nice.
Yep. So, Justin,
I cannot see myself, guys.
Oh man,
look at that bad boy.
Man, oh man.
Hey, Mike, how heavy you think it is?
I don't know. I'm terrible at guessing that, but it's heavy. It's thick. Let me tell you, driving up here because I drove up from Florida. I got to make some stops. So the first stop I made was Buc-ee's.
Oh yeah,
I've seen that.
Every stop or every time I come up here, which has been like twice a year lately, my nieces always ask me about Buc-ee's because there's not one anywhere near here. So it was my goal to stop at Buc-ee's and buy them a gift.
Right.
On my way up. And so I took the belt in with me, and everybody is just looking at it. People are coming up asking questions. I mean, this thing, you just seen it on camera. You guys have seen pictures of it. I'm telling you, until you see it in person, it's pictures don't do justice at all. I mean, it's insane. When I first seen it in person, like, it's crazy.
Yeah, Jacob did an awesome job on it. I mean, he did a fantastic job.
Jacob's a wizard with this shit.
For sure.
Let me interrupt there just real quick. And so, his wife is back in the hospital. We gotta send her positive vibes and our prayers to him.
Definitely.
He's he said it last night. It'd rather be him than her. But we're with your brother. We're gonna fight as much as we can.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow, you're in our good thoughts and prayers.
Yep.
Sorry about that, Mike. Jacob is a great guy.
He is a great guy.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. I didn't even know about that. I haven't talked to him in like a week or so because I've been so busy. So
yeah.
Oh damn.
Well, that's understandable, bud. I mean, you got something happening that's big, and I know he understands it also. But he put something out there, and I want to mention it. He's a brother, so
yes, absolutely. I mean, absolutely. Sorry,
go ahead, Mike.
Sorry, I'm just now hearing this, so I'm just like processing it all.
I know. Hey, there you go. Jacob's in the house. Hey, Jacob.
Yep, he's here
again, brother. just reach out to me after the show if you want to talk. I'm always there for you, bro.
Jacob, I gotta tell you, man, this thing is beautiful.
Yep.
Your your work is it's impeccable, man.
Yes, it is.
So, Justin, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you? How's
I'm-
everybody else doing?
Pretty good. We're pretty good. Pretty good.
Bad.
What about you, Baker?
Not bad. I bring everything out.
Yeah.
So this last week has been a hard week for me, but I have all these great shows, all these great people that make me laugh. I heard from my daughter 2 different letters. She's going through a rough time. I can't do nothing about it.
Right. I know.
She's at boot camp. So she's missing people and stuff. So, she's strong. She's strong. That's all.
Brother, I know as a dad, I know exactly how you're talking about, because you feel like you feel that you can't help you, and no matter how big they are, you feel like that you can't help them, and that sucks. So it's part of being a dad. Nobody says that being a father or a dad is easy. It's the hardest thing ever, because unfortunately they either sometimes they're gonna break your heart, and then so you got to take the good with the bad. But at least you told her that we're proud of her. All right, you told her that the family that she don't know about is definitely proud of her. Why you don't say? Let's say hi to the chat.
All right. I know Ronnie was in here first.
Yep.
I got to go all the way down here. Ronnie,
Ronnie.
great. Thanks for stopping in. You're always here, and it seems like you're always first anymore. We got Thad Hardy. He's going to be a judge, right?
Yep.
Thad.
Who was that? I didn't hear who you said.
Thad Hardy.
Thad Hardy. He's a judge.
Yeah. What's happening? Did you guys see the post I made that what Ronnie sent out for the categories they sponsored?
Oh yeah.
That is absolutely Ronnie. Love you, man. Seriously, thank you. That's
Well, even Ronnie with that oil that she made.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome. We got Abe in there, Almond. We got the Elegant Sasquatch. How you doing, buddy? It's good that you made it at the beginning of a show and not the end of the show.
There you go. Now you're better. You're better.
Did you hear what I did with him? As soon as he came in the show, I ended my show.
Oh yeah.
It was an hour and a half, but he came in, and I like busting Chris. He's a great guy. We got Andy Barrett. Hello there.
Here, sir.
What's going on, Andy?
We got Born Bearded, Dave.
Hey,
how
Dave.
are you?
What's happening?
We got True North, Chris.
Hey, Chris.
How are you?
What's going on, Chris?
We got Brewer in the chat here. Awesome
Hey,
to
Brewer.
have him back from vacation.
Yep.
And of course we have Jacob. Jacob, our love is with you, and it always will be.
Yes, sir.
Prayers and everything.
Speaking,
Brewer, Andy.
my thoughts and prayers go out to Jacob and his family.
Yes.
I just heard this for the first time. I've been last couple of weeks I've been busy, and I haven't talked to a whole lot of people because I've been like certain things. One of the bands almost had to cancel due to health concern, so I'm not going to fault anybody for a health concern.
Right.
I know what's going on. I don't know if they released it, so I'm not going to say who or what, but we made strides. We had a plan for somebody to step in and replace them if needed be, but they're going to go ahead and go on and perform.
That's good.
Because it was important to them that they really wanted to come out for this event. So, I've been dealing with those sort of things and all the other little things that pop up, last minute, especially
the last minute of the last minute of the last minute.
Yeah.
And especially when you do something not saying that it's huge, but that has multiple layers to it. and then having the balls to go ahead and pull off like, a month and a half out, we're adding that pinup competition to it.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
With that short of notice. But that's one of those things. I think that will be a really moving forward in the future years of this event as it grows, where we have ideas for next year to bring more to it. Any of you that have ever talked to me for more than 30 seconds probably know that, I'm always going to make strides to do better with absolutely everything. And that includes this event. And that doesn't mean that I do everything myself. One of the things in that is next year I have started forming a committee already for Buckeye Beard Battle to alleviate a lot of this, off of myself, because I'll be honest, I started planning this year before last year's even took place.
Right.
I've already had discussions about next year's, it's not like hardcore planning, but, setting certain things into place already for it and plans. And, there's a lot to it. And, it's time for me to, stop trying to do every little bit of it myself. Well, I shouldn't say that because I get a lot of help on the music aspect from Ted from Black Sasquatch helps me orchestrate a lot of the music details as far as the bands and getting the schedule for them and like a stage schedule for them, what time they need to be there, all that type of stuff. And that's a tremendous help in itself. And, I can't thank him enough.
I said it a couple different times, and Chris Hall, I know him pretty good, and when he does his West Virginia, he's already booking it next year. He's already looking forward to it.
Chris is such an awesome dude and puts together such amazing events.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
Jacked Up Leatherworth said next year's belt will be even more eye popping.
Nice.
So that brings me to a question, Mike. That brings me to a quick question. Well, actually, two questions because Dave just popped up a question. He goes, "Question: do we sign up for competition there or online?"
There.
Okay.
Well, one of the things, I don't like doing online pre-register because what if something happens and somebody can't make it, then they spend money. I know most of them would be more than happy just to donate it to the charity anyway. But, maybe that'll be something I look at in the future to do, especially like after working with Combat to Kayaks this year. I mean, I've worked with a lot of different charities, and the veterans charities, because they're most every part of their organization are former veterans. They always want to pitch in and help and do whatever they can, and I always have to tell them, we're here to do this for you. But I mean, I've worked with a lot of great charities, but these guys have stepped up and been so amazing to work with. And just what day are you leaving, Bishop?
I'm heading that. So, like coming back or heading to the Buckeye?
No, headed here. I know you're going to visit family.
Yeah, so I'm leaving Tuesday. I'm gonna be driving Tuesday. I should be there either Wednesday night. Well, Wednesday night because I'm only trying to spend one hotel room on my way there, and then I'm gonna drive to Saintsville on Friday by noon. I'm gonna be driving because it's 2 hours drive, and then I'm gonna stay the night at the hotel, and then after the Buckeye, I go back to my mom's, and then I'm gonna be there for a while. So.
I wish you safe travels. I hope it goes smoother than my drive.
Yeah, you know what is crazy, man. So hey, I got two questions, and I told you about it. So Elegant Sasquatch say, "Hey Mike, I got a question for you. How long will the vendors' portions go for?"
What's that?
can you see? He said, "Hey Mike, I got a question for you. How long will the vendors portion go for?"
Oh, the vendors, I want you guys there as long as you want to stay.
Okay.
I want you guys there, set up before the event starts. I want you guys to sell products all day long. There's going to be, spikes and times during things.
Right.
It's an all day event. I know everybody's not going to stay all day. I do hope some people come a little bit beforehand, check out some of the bands. That's one of the things that I love about the Buckeye Beard Battle is it's more than just a beard competition. And, and there's a lot of competitions that have other things going on, but, this is a gathering of communities. We're not just bringing the beard community.
Right.
We bring the music community into it.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're bringing the pinup community. I've got plans for next year to bring more communities into it, because the more communities we get involved, the better we can do for these charities and the more we can raise.
Right.
Absolutely.
And that to me, that's what these events are about. I'll be selling stuff there. I promise you, if I sold everything that I bring up, I've spent more on this event out of my pocket than what I will make at this. I don't try to do this stuff for the money. There's a lot to it.
Yeah. So there's another question from Andy Barrett. He said, "Any chance for live stream this year for those of us who can make it?"
Well, I'm hoping with, we have plenty of guys there that are influencers of different types.
Right.
I know you guys mostly use computers and such, but you can use phones.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I will be streaming because my show is right around that time, and I am gonna stream it for sure. Most of it, anyways. I can promise everything. I do promise the back waxing will be streamed. That's for sure.
Nice.
But I'm sure at different portions there will be different people that will be live. I might go live. Who knows where I'll be doing it, because anybody that's been to the past ones knows that during the event I'm here, I'm there, I'm here, I don't hold still. I'm lucky if I take time to drink 2 bottles of water during the event. So anybody, if you see me there, throw like a bottle of water in my hand or something to drink.
Hydrate.
Tell me at some point, especially this is extended hours, hey, dumbass, go eat. Because, I don't stop during these things,
So this is gonna be my first competition ever, and I'm so excited. I'm definitely excited because first I was just gonna go just to watch and do the gathering with all my brothers, meet you, meet Chief, Dino, Tactical Sana, Sana Tom, and everybody else. Then I find out that Mike Scott from the Beer Respect is going. Baker it's a pretty good chance Baker's going. So there's a whole bunch of people I'm gonna get to meet, and I'm excited. And then I took the vow, since my brother Jacob cannot be there. I took the vow that I want to compete, and I'm gonna represent him. So I took that as an honor, and I'm definitely excited, for sure. So
I mean, with Jacob not being able to attend, it is disappointing, but I do completely, it's 100% understandable. But I wish he could be there, but unfortunately, some things take precedence.
Yeah, definitely. But Jacob, I believe somebody will be live with that presentation.
Like I said, that's gonna be my goal is to live stream it, Like I said, if not
Yeah.
most of it, all of it. So
Yeah.
everybody can go watch it, record it. So yeah, that's gonna be my goal.
Hey,
Mike, I
Jacob,
got a question.
you may
Yeah.
not be there, but I promise you, everybody's going to know who you are.
Yep.
Yeah,
for sure.
I may have to take a selfie with it, when I
yeah.
win it, when I win it,
So,
but
you guys seen the picture I posted from Bucky's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've got other pictures, and I'm going to be doing a lot like it's almost going to be like the Stanley Cup. This thing's going to be
Oh yeah.
going with me all week, just about everything I do, and I'm going to be taking decent amount of pictures with it.
yeah,
Different things like I don't know, possibility Wednesday I might go golfing, and it might just find its way out on that golf course with me.
that's
I'm
awesome.
definitely
That's
taking it when I
awesome.
meet up with the local newspaper and the local TV station. But
That's awesome. That's great. It's a hell of a
when
belt, and
I was walking through Bucky's and like when we stopped and ate and even just getting gas, I would take it in to buy some drinks. Everybody's just staring at it and asking questions about it. And like I said, once you see it in person, it's crazy.
yeah,
Like the pictures, it looks awesome. But when you see it in person, you're like, holy shit.
Right. So, Mike, I have two questions for you. The first question is this come from Brewer. He goes, Mike, how many shows are you on prior to the Buckeye Beard Battle 3? And he goes, I appreciate you, brother.
How many shows am I going on before Buckeye Beard Battle 3?
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm on with you tonight.
Right.
Tomorrow I don't have any, but my wife came up with me. I'm doing something with her and my brother and some family and stuff tomorrow. Monday on Labor Day, I will be on with Monday Night Mayhem and then a music podcast called Musicians Hangout. Tuesday, I'm meeting up with the local newspaper, the Zanesville Times Recorder. Wednesday is a day that I had completely scheduled off. Probably nobody's going to hear from me that day. That's the day I'm, probably going to go golfing or, like I said, whatever. I think I deserve that. One day. Thursday, I'm meeting up with Wiz TV, the local television station here in Zanesville, Ohio, along with James from Combat to Kayaks. Then Thursday night, I will be on with the Trace Amigos and then the Bearded Respect following that.
Right.
And that does it for talk shows. Anybody listening, if you want, hit me up. If you want to come out kayaking Friday morning, I may still have a couple of spots available. It'll be like noon to 4 if you're going to be in town then. If you want to come out with me and James from Combat to Kayaks, I believe Dino's coming, and Ken's going to be with him. I believe 30 Spray J is going to be with him
Nice.
as well. So they're supposed to be down here for that. I forget who else off the top of my head. Sorry, there's a ton of things going on with this, and so trying to remember everybody that's coming. But I think there are a couple of spots available, so it doesn't cost anything. Just fun time going out kayaking here in Janesville, Ohio.
Right.
Nice.
So Mike's Jacked Up Leatherworth says he have 175 hours in that belt.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You guys want to know something? When he told me that, my mind goes to work. What is Jacob's labor valued at?
Yeah.
And I did some research, and for an expert, and I think looking at this, Jacob qualifies as that, you can expect to pay about $35 to $50 an hour for labor for leather work. from an expert. So I did a little bit of math. That makes this right around a $6,000 belt.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Definitely.
Wow.
So, I mean, again, this is probably the best prize that's been at any beard competition.
Yep.
He's
And
very talented too.
I cannot thank Jacob enough. I alluded earlier that, I'm starting a committee for next year for this, and Jacob is one of the people that I asked to be on the committee because, one, I want people that are in it for, want to do this for the charity and everything else. And that speaks out to Jacob's character, and I've got a few other people I've already talked to that have done a lot of things to help me out with this event. So, the thought of this is to, I always want to bring it bigger and better every year. One day we're going to fucking have flying dragons and shit. I don't.
So, Mike, Abe Allen asks, Mike, I'm interested in Maui or Kuch. Which one do you get?
What, Maui Wowie, or what was the other one?
Or Kush?
Me, even though I'm from the great state of Ohio, I've lived more of my life in the state of Florida, and I'm a sucker for tropical stuff.
Right.
And Maui Wowie is a very good example of that. But OG Kush, there's just something about that one. The combination that we came up with it between the pine, teak, sandalwood, cedar, and pine, sandalwood, cedar, bamboo, and teak. Yeah, that's it. Those five.
What did you see? What Jacob said? He charges $60 an hour. So what's that? A $12,000 belt?
Yeah,
that's a $12,000 belt.
Whew. Wow! You got to get insurance on that sucker.
I was being extremely conservative, and I went with the low end because that price was ridiculous. If you ask me, looking at this, I would value them more at about $75 an hour.
Yeah,
easy.
Yeah,
his work is amazing.
Well, I got a little show and tell. So I won this on a raffle that Jacob had, and this is just. It seems like a simple wallet, I mean, it's just so crafted so well. He guarantees as long as he can stitch, he'll fix it. I mean, it's so buttery smooth because I use it so much, and it's just a plain card wallet, but it's one of the best things. He messaged me. He said, "Hey, what do you want on it?" And I said, "I like skulls," so that's what he did.
Right.
I mean, I have a little bit of a piece. If I get that belt, it'll be like crazy with the craftsmanship and that,
I mean, look at the thread work on that, though, that you just held up. I mean, it's all spaced evenly. It's not.
Yeah.
I mean, his craftsmanship is out of this world.
You think it's simple. It's not. That's not simple.
No. No, I've seen a lot of different guys' leather work, and I've seen some really amazing work. But Jacob's work is, top notch, absolute top notch.
Yeah.
So I want to. There he is. I just wanted to let y'all know there might be a little issues going on with the camera.
Whatever's lagging a little bit. I don't know why.
He can't pick up that beard that well. That's why you got this majestic beard happening. It has to give that 30-second delay,
Yeah.
But I seen Santa Allen came in here. Great having you, Sleigh Bell Mowing. Thank you for coming in. I don't think I missed anybody else. I think everybody's just chatting pretty good here. I can't believe the value of that work. I can't believe how big it is. I know, Mike, you're not a small man, and Bucky's, that statue isn't small, and that belt made you both look small.
I'm telling you, from tip to tip, lengthwise, it's every bit of 5 foot.
Yeah. It looks
So,
huge. But it looks awesome.
So,
It does. It looks
but
awesome.
like stuff that you guys really haven't seen, and I can't see myself on screen. So, can you see that at all?
Oh yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, it's amazing.
Somebody's gonna have. It's gonna fit most people one way or another. But
So I know
I
we have more
prefer
than
the toss it over my shoulder method. Now,
yeah.
I am going to put this out of a warning. They say the Stanley Cup is the hardest championship to win. I'm going to call bullshit on that, and I'm going to say it's the best in show, aka the King Shit Award at Buckeye Beard Battle. So this week, to the winner, I'm sorry if I put a little scratch on it or something.
Right.
But I'm partying with this motherfucking thing like it's the Stanley Cup.
So, Mike, I got a question for you.
There will be pictures. So, if I happen to get a little ding on it or something, I apologize in advance. And Jacob, I hate to desecrate your work, but I really think that I think this just has to be done.
Right. So, Mike, I got a question. Is there going to be chance for us, even though like before the show, to take a picture with the belt?
Yes, I'll be bringing it to the meet and greet, and anybody there is more than welcome to take a picture with it.
Nice.
So
we got freaking Frack that just came in.
Hey,
how you doing, freaking Frack?
Hey, freaking Frack.
I'm doing this off the top of my head, so if I get something slightly out of order, please forgive me. But like the order of events at Buckeye Beard Battle this Saturday, right here in the thriving metropolis of Zanesville, Ohio, at the barn. What's their slogan? The place everybody knows and place everybody goes, and that is true about this town. It's the place to go in this town. But fuck, I lost track. I'm the events of it. So gates are going to open at noon.
Right.
First band is going to play at 1, second band at 2, third band at 3. Those bands in order are going to be West Devil, Dead Silent, and Turning Tides. Turning Tides is really, every band is awesome, but Turning Tides is really starting to get a lot of traction on like Spotify and stuff right now. The stuff they've been putting out is really good. Then we're going to have the beard competition at 4:00. We've set aside 2 hours to have that. Then we're going to have Sohai play. And if you guys are not aware of Sohai, I got a couple of cents with them. Super awesome guys. And they are like a great party band. So they're going to play. Then we're going to have the award ceremony and the raffles and auctions. And then after that, we have Black Sasquatch playing. And if you have never seen Black Sasquatch play and you're at this event, that is a show you want to see. And then after Black Sasquatch is going to be Audio Side. And Audio Side in Ohio has an awesome following. Yeah. And then headlining tonight is Fester. And Fester's been around for I don't know how many years. Back in the back in the early to mid 2000s, they were up for a couple of Grammys. They were just recently featured in the film Broken.
Nice. Very nice. Very nice.
So Mike, so we are number 3. This year is going to be number 3. So what was your inspiration on the first one, number 1?
The first one, number 1. All right. So you guys are all aware that, I work with these bands, and not just bands from Ohio. I work with different bands. They usually have all my a lot of my stuff. Well, my sense with them at their merch booths, you know, I show a lot of support to them. They show a lot of support to me.
Yeah.
It is also very important to me that, you know, I actually work with these bands and I'm not just using their likeness or anything, you know,
Yeah.
and, you know, that's quite evident. You know, these guys are, you know, 5 of the 7 bands playing I have since with,
Nice.
and one of them I'm doing a limited soft release available for the first time at Buckeye Beard Battle
Yes.
with them. It'll be coming out later this year. I also have another one that I'm doing that with that I just have a limited amount of with me. I'm going to start a new line. It's a serial kill. I'm going to call it serial killers. Spelled in cereal. It's all going to be different serial scents, but they're going to be based off of different serial killers. I'm not really going to necessarily use their names or anything like that, but it's just like combining the two things is, you know, both words are spelled different, have completely different meanings, pronounced completely the same, you know, fun idea to do with it. But the one that I'm really brought with me, the Buckeye Beard Battle, is called Toucan Son of Sam.
Nice. I like that.
That's going to be awesome.
So obviously it's, you know, like that Fruit Loops type cereal type of scent. With the Toucan Sam reference and, you know, Son of Sam to kind of bring the two things together.
That's nice. I like that. That sounds like going to be a good collection to add to my collection.
Right.
Mike, so I know we went Friday. We have the kayaking. We have the meet and greet. Saturday, you went over the kind of the band schedule and the competition schedule. So who do we have for judges? We don't have any pictures or anything like that. Bishop
All
make
right.
that fancy.
Well, let's start with the judges, and I don't have it in front of me, and I hope I get them all right off the first bat. But first off, we're going to say Tad. He's in the chat, so I cannot thank him enough. Also judging, we have Dino, you know, Tactical Santa. We have Santa Tom.
Yeah.
We have Jason from the Ohio Villains.
Okay.
What's that? 4 I named? Oh God, we have 7. I'm in trouble here. We have
Chief one. Is Bearded Chief one?
No,
he's MC.
He's MC.
He's MC.
MC. Okay.
Bearded Chief, Bearded Chief, myself, and Christopher Henning, the Bearded Texan, are all the MCs.
Oh, okay, cool. I heard that there was a.
But also on the judging panel. Hold on, let me start again. We got Tad, we got Jason, we got Dino, we got Santa Tom. Kyle from Shape the Podcast, Kyle Waller.
And Mikey Beer Company.
Mikey from Mikey's Beard Co. That's 6. And number 7, we have the current UBO World Middleweight Champion, Brandon Alexander, who hails from right here in Zanesville, Ohio. He's coming out, and you know, I got in contact with him and asked him about it. He loves the idea of, you know, helping out the community. You know, this is where he's from. It's also, I don't live here now, but this is where I'm from. I got family here, you know. So, and we went off on a tangent. Asked me why I started the Buckeye Beard Battle. That's why. So, you know, one, so I can do something good in my hometown, you know, like where I'm from. You know, I didn't grow up directly inside of Zanesville. I was more on the outskirts of Zanesville in the suburbs, you know, a little quieter area, you know. But, you know, this is still, you know, my hometown where I'm from. And it's an opportunity to do something good. And it's a reason to come up here and see family as well.
Right.
You know, because I went a stretch at one point, you know, where I didn't come up here before the Buckeye Beard Battle for it was 10 years.
Oh wow.
You know, I've been in Florida, I don't know, 29 years now. And I'd come up now and again, like every year. Sometimes I might miss 1 year, but then come back up. And then it just became like there went 10 years where I didn't come up here.
That's
And
crazy.
so, and then I was like, wait a minute, I work with Black Sasquatch, who's from my hometown. I work with these other bands from Ohio. Why not put together a beard competition and let's do something different. Let's bring up a rock concert and with a beard competition. And you know what? The first year, 100%, the music guys did not understand the beard competition portion. The beard guys did not understand the music portion. And there's
Right.
still some of that next year, and there'll probably still be a little bit of that this year. But let's keep in mind, this transcends just a beard competition.
Yeah.
It really does. We're bringing those two communities together. We've now added the pinups. The more communities we bring together, the bigger and the more we can raise for these charities and the better events we can do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's not always
Mike,
I always like this part. Let's get out and let's bring communities together.
Right.
Look at let's see what we can accomplish when we bring more people together. Also, part of the reason why, like I had the idea to let's make a committee for this and bring in other ideas and not just,
definitely.
all right, I have, I told you guys Ted from Black Sasquatch helps me out tremendously already with it. So he is 100% on the committee. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. But I drive his ass crazy sometimes because he has to reel me back in because I was joking earlier, one of these years we'll have fucking fire breathing dragons and shit. But that's how I am. Don't be surprised. By Buckeye Beard Battle 10, we actually do somehow to some degree or something.
Hey Mike, I got a special guest coming on for you if you don't mind.
All right, you're gonna have to tell me who it is because I can only see like two people. Hey, I can see myself for the first time now.
It's Jacob, Jacked Up Leatherworks.
Jacob, I cannot say enough good things about Jacob. Jacob, love you, brother. I wish you could be here, but sincerely, brother, you know the conversations we've had, and I'm sorry, I'm just now finding out about everything that's going on, but I have been crazy hectic the last, 20 years, but particularly the last couple of weeks.
I was going to say, you haven't stopped in the last 20 years, Mike. So,
that's the thing, I just can't bring it to myself to settle on anything. Let's keep making it better. Let's keep doing better. That's part of why what I do. You don't see as many new releases from me as you do a lot of other companies. And I'm not saying anything bad about them. I'm just talking about my style. I spend a lot of time putting those together. I don't just like, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Other things you'll never see me do. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with this. So I don't want anybody to take this the wrong way. But just for myself personally, I don't really like do seasonal or, holiday scents. I have my Christmas scents, but they're there year round. I think they're currently sold out. But it's just not what I'm into. I find it kind of mundane and boring. I'm not the guy that in summertime I want a summer scent. In the summertime, that's probably when I'm going to wear a Christmas scent.
Well, I don't know if everybody knows it, but
and I don't want anybody thinking that I'm saying there's anything wrong with that because there's a lot of people that are really into that. It's just not what I'm into, not what I want to do. I do what I want, how I see fit, and also there's a lot of pressure with some of the things I do because when I do collabs with these bands, I'm not just taking her name and making a scent. I'm making these for them.
Yeah.
I don't, like my scent was so high, Bucknut,
Right.
they're known for their song Bucknut. It's like the unofficial state anthem of the state of Ohio. And, I made that, what am I going to do to make it represent them? So we came up with the idea, let's make it smell like a Buckeye candy, the peanut butter, fudge covered it in chocolate, made to look like a Buckeye candy. And that's what we did with it, with Black Sasquatch, I was like, the first one we did with them, like, what are we going to do here? How do I make something smell like a Sasquatch and smell good? And as I'm thinking about it, what? It doesn't have to smell like a Sasquatch. It's making an experience about a Sasquatch. That's how we came up with the pine, campfire, and s'mores for it. Because there's people that go out in the woods and they look for, for Bigfoots, and they stop and camp for the night and make stuff such as s'mores to snack on. So that's kind of like, it's one of the things we do. There's a story behind every scent. It's not, even the collabs, and when we do those with them, we gotta find that place with them where it's a good representation, not just of them and their band, which is very important for me to do, but of me and my brand as well, which who knows what the hell that is, because I change things so often. That's whatever evolved. Anybody that's followed me for any time, by the Wizard head that's in my logo, the 500 variations that I've done with it, just because I never quit playing with it. It's just,
you're trying to get perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what I do with scents. It's nothing to spend 6, 8, 10 months on a scent and just changing just minuscule amounts of things just to try to find that perfect balance. Like when I did the collaboration with Blessed Doom, that band out of Montana, to make it represent Montana where they're from, the two main things of that is flathead cherry, which is a very specific type of cherry that's only grown in certain regions of Montana, and wild huckleberry, which is grown all over Montana. Well, the flathead cherry, I wanted to represent that properly and not just use a cherry scent. So I had to have flathead cherry shipped to me, try to figure out what I can do to create that specific thing, because it's such a unique cherry that you're not going to find that where you can buy it any place. And it took a while to do that, but just to me, it's just those little things like that
Yeah.
to me, for me personally, make a difference with it.
Right. And see, mine was the OG Kush. That one, I'll always have that in my cabinet. And if you haven't tried it, try it.
Try it.
Yeah,
that is a good one.
I love OG Kush, and I promise you guys that one's never going anywhere. I don't do a whole lot of limited edition scents or anything like that. And again, a lot of that's I work with these bands and they have it, and I'm not going to be like, okay, well, here it is, and I'm not doing it anymore. When they're still having it, that's not how a real relationship with them would work. Fuck. So those aren't going anywhere. But you had mentioned OG Kush, and I've been working on one, and OG Kush ain't going anywhere. But I've been thinking about just like revamping it, redoing the pine and redoing the sandalwood, redoing the cedar, make them like different, using the same 5 key things, but it'll be similar yet completely different, just by because there isn't just one way to make pine smell. There isn't one way to all these different things. There's little things you can do.
Well, when you get it done, let me know, Mike, because I'm definitely getting a bottle of it.
Right.
So, Mike, we went over just about everything. The pinup, funny story. So, as soon as you were having a pinup, I was talking to a couple of different pinups because Tactical Santa had the winner of West Virginia on, and
Yeah.
I got a hold of the Pennsylvania chapter, Onyx Graves, and scheduled a show. Go ahead.
She has been a tremendous help with this
Awesome.
pinup. And I will tell you, it's because of her and the conversation I had with her that I felt confident enough to go ahead and add it this year on short notice.
Yeah.
Right.
Because,
That's awesome.
so, you know, and she's definitely going to be a part of this event moving forward as well.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, and
So,
and for the pinup girl, sorry, my camera is not working, but I could hear you guys and I could talk. The other thing is Bianca's gonna be there.
One of the other things we're doing, we're going to have, I forget off the top of my head, I talked to a couple that are going to be entering both Whiskerina and Pinup.
Awesome.
I have to look and see because I was trying to get insight from them, which one it would be easier for them to, have time. How much time would you need in between it to transition from, your pinup look to your Whiskerina look or vice versa. I think I want to think it's pinup first, Whiskerina second. I have to recheck my notes, so don't hold me to that. I do have to recheck those to be 100% positive. But we are separating. One's going to be towards the beginning of it, and one's going to be towards the end. That way, for anyone that wants to enter both categories, it gives them a chance. We're also going to try to do that with the freestyle for anybody that wants to enter that. So that'll probably come towards the end. Obviously I can't run all the categories at the same time. So it's not going to be, somebody might have longer to get ready. Sorry, such as life. That's a problem I can't solve. I don't know the time yet. But
well, it's funny. So when I scheduled Onyx Graves, she said, "Oh yeah, I just got done talking to Mike, and and he said maybe people will be reaching out to me and stuff." And I said, "Yeah, so when you come on, it'll be great." I says my show is more towards the comp area. I said, so we'll talk about that, and then we'll talk about the pinup style. So that day that she was coming on, she had a pinup thing going on, and she got terribly burnt. And like the pinup, you have to have your style when she's on camera, So she couldn't put nothing on. She couldn't put absolutely nothing on, and she felt so sorry. And so I scheduled it again. And that day, where she's located in Pennsylvania, just decided to have a thunderstorm and knock out her power. So she couldn't she couldn't come on. So she's apologizing to me. And I said to her, I understand. Relax. Like she wasn't one that just, she was promoting me and all things planned on coming on. And then that happens. That's against, you can't help that. So I said to her, I wish I could have had her on my show before the Buckeye, but I had a full schedule at that point in time. But we talked back and forth in the chat. I can't wait to meet her and all the other ones that I've been talking to in the chat when I get to Buckeye. Like Bishop said before, I'm not 100%. I can't be 100% until Thursday of that week because of my job situation. But it's looking like I'm going to be there. I'm at 95. So hopefully I'll get to meet everybody here,
I hope
me too.
Right.
Me too. It's the thing, Go ahead. So, Justin, you got any questions for Mike? I'm kind of taking over the show again here because
That's
Bishop,
okay,
he doesn't want to be on camera.
What,
he doesn't want to be on camera, Bishop's shy.
Right.
Speaking of setting up a competition, a lot of the people in the chat and stuff know that I do traditional archery. So I hosted my first traditional archery event in June, and 268 people. The logistics and everything behind something that big with music and setting up a course and all that, I know it's a different realm, but I know what you're going through, brother, and that takes a lot of talent.
Yeah,
for sure.
There's, like I said earlier, I started working on this before last year's event even took place. And I think, there's some people that have been to both years and already see where it's going this year. Like, you can ask Bearded Chief. He's been there both years, from year one. One of the things I do every year is, look at like corrections of errors list is what I call it. Make a list of like what not only just what went well, but what could we improve on? What can we do to make this better? All right, we had some issues with this here doing this. So what can we do? And, one of the things, year one, we split up all the beard categories, like ran 3 categories a band, 3 categories a band. Last year we did like half the categories a band, half the categories a band, and then the awards. And, again, beard guys, you got to learn. This isn't just a beard event. This is this is a gathering of communities, guys. So
experience.
I did take it this year. We got the beard competition. We notched out 2 hours straight for that, with bands understanding that if we do happen to run a little over, that could happen.
Right.
But we want to try to stay on schedule as much as possible. We're going to run one band, so gives the judges time to there's going to be a lot to process. We got 7 judges input to get on this. Got to check all their scorecards. Discuss a best in show, all that type of stuff. So beard competitions almost always have 1 to 2 15-minute breaks. This is just a 45-minute break with entertainment.
Yes.
Okay.
That's one way to look at it.
Right.
So Mike, with your best of show, how do you run your best of show? Is it the winners of each category?
Winners of each category. The winners of each category. And don't ask me what the judging criteria are. You can ask my judges. I told them you can each have your own criteria. I will tell you what my personal criteria when I judge is. I judge different from a lot of people. Go fucking figure, I would. But I told them what my criteria was. I've sat in on judging panels with online with a few of them before, so they kind of know how, like, I get very particular. And I think that's the fair thing to do. If it's a beard competition, it's not, to me, it's not a popularity contest, not who's your friend, not unless it's a styled category specifically, not who spent the most time grooming their beard or spent the most having their barber fix it for them. It's about the quality. For me, it's about the quality of the beard. How is it for that category? I'm going to look closely at the ends. I'm going to look at things. I look at things like how well it's taken care of, not how well you groom it. The thickness, the fullness, that type of stuff. Is it well taken care of? Because you can tell if it is or if it isn't in a lot of cases. That's the type of things that I personally look for, and as well as other stuff. But I told him that, but I told him you all can have your own criteria. I'm not telling you how to judge. But I did tell them how I do, just so they know, like, that's what I personally look for. That does not have to be your criteria. My one fear of having Mikey as a judge, and I love Mikey, awesome guy, but I hate barbers as judges. I hate them as judges because they just they always tend to look at what's the most styled, and that's that's their business. That's what they do.
Right.
I get and understand that, but that's like, unless it's a styled category, that doesn't earn any bonus points from
Right,
me.
yeah.
Personally. Now, if it does from one of these judges,
Hey, Son of Tom.
I don't know. I don't care. That's up to them for their choice. As long as they have a reason, and as long as that reason, well, that's my good friend. I just
Right.
want them to have a solid, whatever their criteria is, follow that criteria and apply it
Yep.
fully to
Yep.
everyone.
Right.
We
I
don't
agree
all
with
have
that.
to agree
Right.
on who it is, but we're going to have scores for each one, and whatever it comes up to is what it comes up to.
Right.
Awesome.
Hey, Jacob, I got a question for you. I saw you
Yes, sir.
I saw you bringing something in your hands, but then you put it back down. Is it something you're working on?
Oh no, it just one of my
No,
little tools that I
it
had.
was on the other side. It was on the other side. I thought it was like a hat or something.
That?
Yeah. Hey, I was just looking, man. I was watching you.
That's just my stitching pony.
Oh, okay. So, how you doing, Jacob?
I'm doing pretty good. I've actually I've already got my ideas sketched out for next year's belt for the
Wow.
vested show.
Right.
It's going to be more elaborate. I will tell you this. There's going to be a little bit of bling on it.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
So
Huh.
this one is going to be, and don't tell them, but it's going to be inspired by Black Sasquatch.
Wow.
Nice.
Nice.
That is nice. Yeah.
So instead of a $12,000 belt, what do we got?
What about
Like
20?
60,000?
Yeah.
So let me tell you guys something. And Jacob is one of the most awesome human beings that I know, and because of Jacob's attitude and outlook on everything, and that's why I invited him to be part of the committee for Buckeye Beard Battle from here on out, because you can hear what he just said. You heard what I was talking about. Every year is going to be bigger and better.
Right. That's awesome.
And that the committee is going to be filled with people that want to do this bigger and better every year.
Yeah.
And we're going to involve more things every year. I'm not going to say now because I got to check the logistics, but I have some crazy ideas for next year. I have crazy ideas every year. But
I was going to say that you always do, Mike.
yeah,
I do got to say this, Mike. Talking to Mike, no matter what, anytime you reach out to Mike, it might take him a few minutes, but when he reaches out to you, it's not a fast, quick conversation or fast, quick answer. He will give you the honest answer. You might not like what he has to say, but he definitely be honest with you, and he will take the time and explain it to you. And I appreciate that. I think everybody in the community does.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just one of those things. Like, life's about being a good person. We don't always have to like everyone. We don't have to agree with everyone, but you can somewhat be respectful with everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But
Now,
I know.
I actually have a question, real quick, Mike.
I know there's people in the community that don't like me because of my beliefs in certain things. I don't care. If you don't like me, I don't care. Guess what? You're only inspiring me to do it better.
Yeah. Hey, Mike. So
those of you that
go ahead.
It might be common for you to hear at different times people just shouting out "fuck the wizard" during this event, and that's encouraged.
Yeah. So I gotta say that butter you make for me on April, it was awesome. Hey, Jacob, you said you had a question?
Is there going to be a Hemp Wizard 25 shirt?
Ooh.
Not 25. I don't have any shirts at this event as far as my stuff. I brought limited amount of stuff. I had enough going on. I didn't want to make a bunch of extra stuff, but what I brought some unique stuff. I think around January or February, might have been March, was the last time that I had soaps on my website because the demand for them went through the roof. There became a waiting list for them.
Right.
And I finally got caught up with that in July. And I didn't take any more orders. I got some soaps for this event. I've got my regular soaps. I have what I call dope soap that has never once been on my website. I've sent a few test bars out to people. It's a completely different type of soap. It does have hemp in it as an exfoliation purposes. I have some of those. I did some of the dope soap, I believe, or was it regular soap? I don't remember off the top of my head. But everybody knows I don't do a lot of limited edition stuff. When I do it, it's typically there unless it's something that I do for like a charity or for like a specific thing or something like that. But
Right.
every year I do an anniversary scent, and that's the exception of things. 2 years ago, I did one called Hearthstone that I did in like the swing cap bottle style and stuff. Was limited to 25 of them in that type of bottle. They're not done the greatest, but I was given a startup business a chance to engrave some wooden tokens that has the Hemp Wizard logo on it, and each one was numbered individually on the bag. I have number 1 coming with me for this event. One of the soaps that I did was the anniversary scent that I did for this year for our 4th anniversary. It was the square root symbol and then the Roman numerals for 16 XVI. Couple of reasons behind that. Square root of 16 is 4, which it was our 4th anniversary, and that just so happened to fall on the 16th of March. So it was a little double hidden meaning in the name of that scent. But I did that in some soaps because I only made that, never did it in soaps before. And that was only available for 24 hours on my website. So I know there's going to be some people that are going to want that one. And I've got a few other things that we talked earlier about, some previews of scents that'll be coming out later this year. Limited supplies of those. And
Nice.
Right.
whatever else, I don't know. I forget how many, Ronnie, she was in here earlier from Flaming Beard. Not only did she send me out, I think it was like, I don't know if it's 10 or 15. I didn't want to open the package because she had some in the other packages that she sent me. But it's got the label is like the flyer for the Buckeye Beard Battle for it that she made. And we're going to be having those there. 100% of the sale of those is going to Combat to Kayaks.
Yeah, they look awesome.
Jacob's down there working right now. Look at him.
If you follow the event am I rambling on too long again and you guys got to go because
No.
You're good, dude.
Okay, so y'all remember me saying that the winner of the belt was going to get an extra prize, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It hasn't been made yet because I don't know who won it. But basically, there's the cap. It's going to have the Hemp Wizard logo on it, and it's going to have a triple.
Oh
B
no, I
at the
can't.
end.
See, I can't see Jacob. I cannot see him. Jacob, please send me a picture of that when you get a chance because I can't figure out how to bring up everybody's thing on here. I tried forever when we were backstage beforehand.
I'll send you a
All right.
picture, Mike.
Nice. I like that.
Mike, it looks terrible. It looks terrible.
Yeah,
You shouldn't
definitely.
give those out at all.
Listen,
Let me tell you guys something. If I'm going to call anybody else a wizard, it's going to be Jacob.
yeah, listen, it looks so bad. It looks so bad. I'd take one just because I don't want to make him feel bad. That's how bad they look.
The
But
hours that both of you gentlemen have put into this competition, from what I can see, I hate that I'm going to be missing it, but y'all have done a lot. And I know there's a lot more logistics and back screen or behind the scenes and stuff that goes on, especially with leather. That belt just didn't get made overnight.
I know.
Yeah. We
I'm
got Raven
telling you
Beard
guys,
Code just
you've
came
seen the
in. How are
pictures.
you doing?
You've seen the pictures. You see it on your screen right now. But I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I've seen the pictures of it. When you see it in person, it's a different animal. And again,
Yeah.
sorry if I did a couple of nicks on it, but to me, this week, this is the fucking Stanley Cup.
That
And
belt's going partying.
That's right.
so you know what? You know, Jacob's labor, his skill, his craftsmanship. If I nick it up, I apologize so much. But no, it's just because this has to be done.
So are we gonna have people like drinking beer out of the the belt?
Well,
You're gonna have funnels going on and stuff.
That's my limitations. I did make one stop yesterday. I didn't take any
Look at
pictures
Jacob.
with
Look
it.
at Jacob.
Yeah.
Jacob's having a heart attack right now.
I'm not getting this thing wet, but if I do bump it against something and it gets a little scuff or something, I apologize. But that's part of it, and that to me it adds character and it goes with it. Because
I was going to say, Mike, don't be afraid to scratch it. It just
Right.
adds charisma to it.
you know, those of you that were at Buckeye Beard Battle last year, and if you saw what started the whole thing with the belts, you'll know that I just poured that thing fucking everywhere. I'm not doing that with this because this I have way too much respect for, but I do self-admit that it might get, it might get nicked or something or a little scratch, but
That's funny.
Oh, well, I thought I had it.
I was gonna say Jake. It looked like Jacob was digging for something like a treasure.
right.
Well, actually, what I'm going to do is with the original belt that Mike had, I'm actually going to build a frame for it. Okay. And I'm going to put that in the frame itself. And it's going to be around it in letters is the original Buckeye Beard Battle belt. And it's that way Mike could take that with him every year to see where we started from and to where
That's
we
amazing.
are now.
That's awesome.
That is.
Yeah. Hey Jacob, I got a question for you. Abel wants to know what leather product do you use for your projects?
Mainly Herman oak leather. It's vegetable tan leather.
Oh, that's a good one.
So if you win the belt, Mike, then you must come back like every year then, right? You got to bring the belt with you, and every year you got to be up there.
I would hope so because, I mean, if not, you're going to have to explain to me why you're a fucking pussy and don't want to defend it.
That's right. That's right.
I mean,
You got to defend the belt, right?
I mean, what true champion does not come try to defend his belt
That's right.
Win another.
or her belt? Because we have Mr. Arenas and we have a pin-up category, which will be eligible for best in show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine somebody having two of those belts?
Yep.
I mean, seriously, I mean, that's crazy.
Well, Matt is going to be there this year, and he was the winner of last
Hey,
year's
Jake,
belt. So y'all better
Jacob,
have your game.
does he have last year's belt?
Yes, he does, and he's
Yes,
bringing it with
because
him.
I want to properly present him on stage with it this year.
Wow.
Nice.
That's amazing.
Yep.
Hey, so there's still hope for Bianca to win that belt. I'm just saying.
Hey, I just seen that Miss K in the chat had a question.
Yeah.
She said it was earlier, though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see that now. Sorry, guys.
Well, I have a question for y'all. I have a serious question for y'all. Am I allowed to enter?
Oh,
Enter
man.
what?
Is the waxing happening before the competition or after? Because if you raise 5,000, that luscious beard is coming off, right?
Now, let's keep in mind, I want to be transparent. That is 5,000 for the
For the
back waxing portion only.
Right.
Yeah.
5,000
Only-
total.
Right.
If we want to do it for a total, we're going to raise that up some because
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I got the question for Miss K, and I do apologize that Miss K, I just saw it. Miss K wants to know either Whiskerina and Pinup sometimes sponsored like the beers are.
yes, I've got a bunch of different sponsors. They're mostly beard product companies, but we're going to have something for all 10. I have not assigned any specific company a category yet because what Ronnie from Flaming Beard, she's covered Whiskerinas, and the Whiskerina prizes are amazing. But what she sent out for the category they're sponsoring, she did these wooden chests, 3 different sizes. They get bigger with more
okay.
products the bigger they get.
Yeah,
So,
I've seen that.
and everybody always wants to know from me, what category is my going? That'll be figured out day of event. The reason I do that is I think it's fair that if somebody took the extra step like Ronnie did, and that's no knock on anybody else, but I mean, she went truly above and beyond. I think it's fair then with that to take that and whatever category has the most entries in it.
Right.
Nice. Yep.
Yep. I agree.
And so that's why I haven't announced who's sponsoring what category or this or that, because it's going to be a judgment thing. If let's say Partial Beard only has 2 entries,
Right.
I'm not going to do that prize for that. I
Right.
think we're going to fill out the category, but I'm just, saying that as, as an example. So to me, I think, she really went above and beyond. So to me, like the only fair way in my mind to do it is, whatever category has the most entries, because you went through that much more competition,
Right.
Yeah. So
That's
speaking
how-
of your categories, is partial beard, whalers, chops, and goatees?
yeah, any
Okay, so that's
partial beard
everybody.
stuff.
Okay.
I'm hoping that, in years to come, and it grows interest that we can do separate categories for each one. But,
Yeah.
I've been not just ones I have, but to plenty of comps, and they have separate categories for each, and the categories aren't filled out.
Yeah.
And
Nobody
until
likes seeing it, yeah.
anyway, so
Right.
so
Yeah, whalers. Yeah, nobody likes
I
that.
mean, that's understandable.
so year 1 of Buckeye Beard Battle, we had 2 Whiskerina categories. We had realistic and we had creative.
Right.
Yeah.
We had 1 total entry for 2 categories.
Wow.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Last
So,
year, I took it back to just Whiskerina. Do what you want. You want to do creative,
Right.
you want to do whatever. And, we filled the category. So I'm hoping this year we have even more interest in it. And, maybe next year or the year after, we can go back to 2 categories. Maybe in a couple of years, we can go to, we have chops, we have goatee categories. But until we have enough entries in those categories, like last year, we had a ridiculous amount. I think it was it 4 to 8 inch?
mhm.
It was crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
The amount that we had. And then, Whiskerinas, we filled the category, but we had 3. Every category was filled and beyond, except Whiskerinas hit the 3. But, until I start adding more of those on, because that's more expensive for the awards for it and, everything else. And until, I can justify, like, okay, we're going to have more Whiskerinas show up. And the way it's been going, the way it's been trending from year 1 to year 2 to this year, I believe, not only, I don't think not only will we fill the category, we'll have some beyond that. And I'm hoping it's a lot, and I'm hoping we can keep adding more to all these. But but that'll come with the growth of the event. And
so asking for a friend, what is how big was the partial category last year?
the partial category, I don't remember how many people were in it, but I'm going to tell you it was the toughest category to judge, and not because of different facial hairstyles, but I think all three of the finalists all had whalers, if I remember correctly. And like, I'll be 100% honest, if I was asked for a tiebreaker, and nothing against Matt, I think Matt has a glorious beard. I probably would have given it to, I don't even remember who won that category. I know who the three was, and I remember that was the toughest category to judge because it was so close, and they were.
Yeah. Well, I'm just asking as a friend, I don't know. I'm a partial, I might like that category.
Right.
But I see Tara just jumped in. Hey, Tara.
I hate to do that, but I think we probably had like 7 last year. And, I need a little bit more than that to add 3 different categories for it.
Yeah. No, I understand because what I've gone to a couple of comps that Taxi Phil was the MC, and he's pulling people out of the crowd because there wasn't enough people to fill it, with the 3 or whatever,
And that's the last thing, I want it to be a competition,
Yeah, definitely.
That's what we come for. And like I said, the 4 to 8 inch, I mean, last year it was a ridiculous amount.
Yeah,
it really was.
Right.
I mean, way more than what I anticipated for that one.
We had
Mike,
like 18
I
to
think
20,
you got it.
It was 18 to 22, I think it was, wasn't it, Mike?
What's that?
We had like 18 to almost 20 for the 4 to 8 because I was in that category.
No, I think there was more than that. I think it was closer to 40. It was not quite, but closer to 40. Yeah.
Wow.
It was. I mean, I could be wrong. That's a year ago, and that's been a long time. And with the last, 48 hours for me, that was, to bring everybody else up to speed that's this watch. And I was telling them in the back room, like, my drive up here, first off, it got delayed a day for a reason. So then I had to make the drive in one shot instead of stopping like I was originally going to. And in South Carolina and North Carolina, I got into the absolute worst traffic. And at 6 different times, I was at a complete dead stop from accidents or whatever else. And it added about 3 hours to my already 16-hour drive and turned it into, like 19 hours. And that was, then I get here and I immediately, common sense would be like, hey, dumbass, go to sleep. But I didn't do that. I get out some marinade that I brought from Florida up here for my brother to start marinating some chicken wings that we grilled today.
Okay, so if somebody could do me a favor this year, make sure everyone, like he said, every once in a while, pass him a water bottle because I don't know how many I had to pass to him just so he would drink something.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't want we don't want him passing out.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
I mean, yes, please. If you see me, just come up and be like, Mike, here, take a water. Because I can tell you, even if I just drunk one 2 minutes before, I'm probably going to need it because anybody that's seen me at any of the previous Buckeye Beard battles or any of the other events that I've done down here in Florida knows that, I'm nonstop. I get there when the sound guy gets there. I leave when he packs up his final stuff.
Yeah.
And if you have a sandwich in your pocket, that's a plus.
Yeah.
The handiest sandwich.
I'm telling you guys, when you come out to the barn, don't go out and eat before you come here. Come eat at the venue. They're helping us out tremendously with this event. Come support this venue. I promise you, I'm picky about stuff, and the barn has great food. We got some, I forget the names of them off the top of my head because it's been a few weeks, but the barn is doing a couple of special drinks for the event. They are a wonderful venue to work with. The charity is wonderful to work with. The bands have been amazing to work with. Jacob has been beyond amazing to work with.
Right.
And even guys like Bearded Chief, have you guys seen the shelf that he built? It's going to be up for auction. Jacob has sent him some leather for that shelf. I mean, these are the type of guys, not, tremendous respect for them, not only, the skill that they have, them doing this but, their character for doing this type of stuff and doing it for charity. I cannot thank these guys enough. Dino has helped me out a lot with this as well. So you're hearing me say these names, so you're probably figuring out who some of these people that I'm surrounding myself with on this committee, because,
they're good people, though, Mike.
They're good people. They are already, showing tremendous support and dedication for this event. And and a lot of what they do helps make this event what it is. So I would be an idiot if I did not, create a committee and get more input from these guys and, and throw in, my crazy shit of the fire breathing dragons. We'll have those one year.
Right.
One year we'll have them.
Yeah. So, man, listen, I'm looking forward to it. I know we had some technical difficulties today.
I didn't have no technical difficulties. I'm happy.
It's all good. So let's listen. We're gonna start wrapping it up because I know Born Bearded is coming up at 9 or 9:30. I think it is.
9. I think
his new show. But Mike,
can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
All right. So I told you guys how amazing this charity Combat to Kayaks is. Right. Well, they had somebody. They made for them some challenge coins. And so what Combat to Kayaks wants to do is give those to me to use as I see fit.
Wow.
Nice. That's very amazing.
Nice. I have some people I want to give some to. And some of the names that I've said here today, you can probably figure where some of them are going to go.
Right.
Yeah.
One of them is also going to be going to the winner of the veterans category on top of the award for that.
Nice.
Of course. Yeah. Of course.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And we're going to take one and we're going to auction it as well.
Excellent.
Nice.
Good thing. Good thing.
So there is going to be auctions in there too for prices and stuff, right? Like,
yeah.
Okay.
I got this stuff. I've got some of the stuff upstairs. Some of it will be there day of event. But some of the stuff for the raffles, like if you follow the event page, you've probably seen I've posted like the band series and Blessed Doom, sent out some like signed T-shirts and other stuff. I have something that people who know me, I'm not super materialistic about things, but I do have certain possessions that mean things to me. The very first band that I ever did a collaboration with, Walking Corpse Syndrome, last year when they decided to retire as a band, and I flew out to Montana because they were doing 2 final shows in their hometown. Well, something that I'm bringing to add to the auctions is I have a drum head. The drum head is from their next to last show that they gave me at their last show that is signed by the entire band.
Wow.
Awesome.
Nice. And I also have to go with that, a set list from that next to last show.
Wow.
I believe one of those challenge coins you're gonna have to give to Santa Tom because he will be your water boy.
That's right.
He'll be your personal water boy.
Thanks, Tom.
And I've got certain people in mind. I've got a few that I have reserved just for, like my observations, people I see, maybe whatever, who knows what going on with the event. But so, he told me he doesn't remember the exact number. He said it's at least 10. I want to tell you, I'm probably going to keep one for my personal collection, and it'll probably resurface around Buckeye Beard Battle 5 or 6, and it'll end up in the auctions or something.
That sounds great. It sounds great.
So to me, it's those type of things that are more important than a fancy new car or a shiny new pair of sneakers. It's the little things that have symbolisms to it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But anyway, this has got to be getting wrapped up, and I know I get long-winded and
no. Listen, it's good.
On tangents, but
it's good. It's good. It's a lot of good information. I mean, it's definitely. Mike, let's just say that one more time. What time is the kayak thing, and what time is the meetup, and of course, what time the doors open?
Friday, 12 p.m. If you want more details, I'll be getting the exact spot, like probably tomorrow or Monday, the exact location, but it's going to be here in Zanesville, 12 noon to 4 p.m. We're going to go out with Combat to Kayaks, go out kayaking here in Muskingum County, Zanesville area. Meet and greet at the barn, the venue we're having at. Come fucking hungry, support this venue, come to have fun. It's a night of fellowship for us to get together and have a good time. And then, motherfuckers, you are not ready for this Saturday Buckeye Beard Battle. Trust me, you're not ready. And fucking come out, support this charity, support this cause. If you're on the fence and you're not too far off and you haven't decided yet, get your fucking ass out here because you're going to see the pictures from it later and you're going to fucking wish that you would.
Hey, that's the best way to say it, man. That was the best way to freaking say it.
That is right.
And see what happens when we combine the music community, we combine the pinup world, we combine the beard community, and we're going to keep adding more. And that's the type of shit we need to do. Love you guys. Thank you for having me on. Anybody that's ever ordered from me will know these words. Much love and respect.
No problem, Mr. Baker. Hey, Baker, any last words?
No, I'm hoping to be there. I'm pleading, but Mike, it's a pleasure to have you on. Your world of wisdom, and hopefully I get to meet you out there. And I will have a pocket.
I hope you make it. I know it's 95%, and I know it's work related with you, but get your fucking ass out there because if you don't.
That's right.
As Brewer said in the chat, I'll have a pocket full of tater tots, so maybe I can get a coin. That's
right.
That's all. But excellent.
Yeah, Justin, any last words?
Yeah, I just want to say thank y'all for putting this on. Thank you to the organizations it's the charity's going to. Jacob, y'all are going to be in my prayers. Mike, you're going to be in my prayers as well. I know it's a lot going into the event. So thank y'all.
All right. Mr. Jacob, any last words, sir?
Well, the only thing I got to say is I got to kind of reiterate with what Mike said. If you're going, go. If you're not going and you can't, if you absolutely could get there, go. Because I tell you what, I had a blast last year. It was an absolute just great time. The bands were excellent. You all will have fun at this competition. And the barn where it's going to be held at, the food is great. We ate there last year at the pre-party.
Excellent.
Definitely. Mr. Jacob, please reach out to me after the show. If you need anything, I'm always there for you. For anybody knows that. I do apologize about my camera situation. I want to blame the wife, but I know better.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know we were
no,
talking earlier and talking about Bishop, live streaming it there, but do we trust him now?
yeah, it
Not
happens
now.
sometimes.
Not anymore.
I usually turn the computer off and on before it starts, and then I forgot this time. But Baker, I appreciate everything. You handle the
anytime,
show
bud.
great. With this
Anytime.
mishap. Justin, the same thing. Jacob, what can I say? An amazing job with everything you do. But that belt is amazing.
Yeah.
It's more than an honor for me to be there representing you. I will show you when I get to my mom's house on Wednesday or Thursday. I will show you a picture of the outfit before it goes live, so you'll be the first one to see it. And some other stuff that I got. Mr. Mike, always an honor, brother. And I
Always a
can't wait
pleasure.
to meet you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I can't wait to meet you, and I can't wait to talk to you Monday again on the Monday Mayhem. So, all right,
You'll probably
guys.
just hear me reiterating a lot of the same shit that I just said here, but that's the mode I'm in. I am in Buckeye Beard Battle mode this week, so
yep.
Awesome.
All right, guys. We appreciate everybody being here. Thank you, Mike. Don't go nowhere yet.